Okay, there we go. There we go.
All right, good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening's podcast or Patchcast, as we call it. You've been invited by someone who literally cares about you. We are on a mission. We are on a journey to help eradicate bad health in our communities. We're working with a series of doctors. We're working with a series of pastors. We're working with community leaders, working teachers, students, you name it. We're working with athletes as well. Our goal is again to eradicate bad health in our communities, and also for those of you interested, is eradicate financial debt. We're going to talk about a technology. It's called a patch. It's an X39 patch. It's about the size of a quarter. This is a new technology. It was developed by a gentleman. His name is David Schmidt. David Schmidt is the inventor. He's also the owner of the company called LifeWave. Now, it's a 20-year-old company, but it's looked at as a startup because of the success they've had very recently. David Schmidt himself has over 130 patents. He's a scientist and inventor. He actually specialized in age reversing technology. In fact, 20 years ago, he was contracted by the U.S. government, in particular the Navy SEALs, asked him if he can develop a technology that would allow them to stay alert for more than 30 hours at a time because they were testing out a new submarine. And David came through for them and he developed his first patch 20 years ago. Now, 2008, he shifted gears and he spent about $4.5 million in 10 years developing a new patch called a stem cell patch. Again, he specializes in age reversing technologies. I don't know about you, but most of I would love to, you always hear people say, "Hey, where's the fountain of youth?" Well, we may not have found the fountain of youth, but we found the closest thing to it in my lifetime. We're going to talk about that in general. So again, David Smith developed this patch. Again, he has a tech. It's a patented technology, and understand that you cannot get a patent on something if it doesn't work. Let me tell you how this patch works. It works very much, and let me give you an analogy. You might have heard people say, "Hey, why don't you go out in the sun and get some vitamin D?" And some people thought that vitamin D came directly from the sun. However, the sun actually sends certain wavelengths of light to our body. And when it hits our body at a certain frequency, what it does, it wakes up and activates the vitamin D that is already in our body. So we already have vitamin D in us. God has designed us, our bodies, to heal itself. Unfortunately, due to things like the water, air pollution, stress, going to work for someone 9 to 5, all these things contribute to cause us to age much quicker than we should. But again, he developed this wearable technology called a patch. And the way the patch works, it works just like the sun, in that it reflects light back inward to our bodies at a certain frequency. And when it does that, it activates something in our body called the GHKCU, which is a copper peptide. It's a protein in our body. And if you want to look it up and get more information, it's GHKCU. It is a protein that's in our bodies. And back in 1973, another scientist named Laurent Picard, he actually spent his lifetime, his goal was to create a cure for cancer. He did not create a cure for cancer, but he did identify the copper peptide. And what he learned was that if you can figure out a way to activate your copper peptides, guess what? It's going to wake up your stem cells. And again, activate those stem cells. Why is that important? And many of you may not notice. I didn't notice. My doctors didn't tell me. But by the time we turn 30 years of age, half our stem cells are inactive. And by the time you turn 60, nearly all of our stem cells are inactive. And again, that's important. Why is that important? Because the stem cells make up the tissues in your body, the organs in our bodies. They are the body's intended repair system. So the reason that we age so fast is because we're not getting repair because our stem cells are sleeping. They're not going to work. The less stem cells we have, the slower we heal and the faster we actually feel the effects of aging. Millions of people experience this every day. I can't tell you how many people I see walking around with canes, walkers, wheelchairs. I mean, I'm talking about people in the 30s and 40s. At a younger age, again, you used to only associate those things with people as they got much older, but because the effects of aging, again, as I said, the water that we drink, the foods, the things that they do with the food, the air, the smoke, the quality of the air, there's so many things that add to it that we need some help, and we found a cure for that. And it's this thing called X39. Again, it's a wearable patch. It's a wearable device that you wear. The great thing about it is it's non-transdermal. It doesn't penetrate your skin. It's a form of phototherapy. And if you think about phototherapy, I go back to a time when I was a kid. I was very inquisitive, so I had this magnifying glass, and I wanted to see if I can actually harness the power of the sun. And I took that magnifying glass and I actually held it in a certain angle to the sun, and I noticed a light beam coming from the other side of this magnifying glass, and it literally burned a hole in the leaf. And so that's the power of the sun. That's the power of light. And again, this patch works in the same way. It's a nanocrystal. That means it's small and made of organic crystals, which is salts and sugars. Doesn't penetrate the skin. And what it does, it reflects the light back inward to activate the copper peptides. And as I said earlier, if you can activate your copper peptides, you will stimulate your stem cells. There's no drugs or chemicals involved. It's 100% non-invasive. And that's a great thing when you think about it, because we have to deal with the pharmaceutical cartels that give us drugs that we have to take. And then if that doesn't work, you have to take something else. Some people are taking 7, 10, 15 different drugs. And oftentimes they say, if this doesn't work, we're going to try something different. That is why they call it a medical practice. They practice it on us, and unfortunately, and I have a lot of respect for doctors, but doctors, when they go to school, they learn how to treat. They spend the majority of their time learning how to treat things after they happen, not prevention. Well, we found a way to deal with that with this patch. And let me tell a little bit more about the benefits of the patch. The patch, again, it actually increases your strength. It reduces your inflammation in the body. It gives you energy and vitality. It increases your stamina. It gives you mental clarity. It restores your muscle and skeletal conditions. It improves your sleep, and it improves your skin appearance. Now, I've experienced all of these things. I've been using the past a little over a year and a half, and all of the people that we are dealing with are also benefiting from it. And let me talk about the long-term results of this patch. Again, the patch in the first few days, your genes begin to reset. In fact, 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. And if you compare that to a lot of studies done on the benefits of drinking red wine, if you drink enough red wine, they say that 2 of your genes will reset. Now you have to drink a lot of wine to get to 4,000, but this patch in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And then within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. In fact, they say for every 10 years of life that you should wear this patch for at least a month. So if you're 60 years old, at a minimum, you need to wear it for 6 months just for starters, and then wear it daily after that because it helps you reverse your age of your heart. We have individuals who went to their doctor for an examination. They've been using the patch. Let's say they're in their 60s when they go back to the doctor 6 months later and they do their test where they can measure the age of the heart. They notice that they reverse the heart in by 8 years by using the patch. And again, I'm going to say this again. The patch it's a patent. You cannot get a patent for something that does not work. And it's not just anti-aging, it's actually age reversing. Those are the benefits of using the patch. Now, how you wear the patch, very simply, you wear the patch for 12 hours on, and you put it on your body, just anywhere you can on the body. And then you take it off for 12 hours so you can rejuvenate and repair your body. So let's say you put it on at 8 o'clock in the morning, you would take it off at 8 o'clock at night, and then overnight, your body's repairing and rejuvenating itself. And in fact, when our body's at sleep and at rest, that is when it can do the most repair. Again, you can wear that patch and you throw it away. And guess what? The next day you get up at 8 o'clock and you do it again. You put a new patch on and repeat it. And again, drink plenty of water. It's very important to drink plenty of water, not just because it helps with the patch, but if you drink enough water, if you drink more water, it would help you in your long-term health. In fact, it was been discovered that a great deal of people in the United States in particular are walking around dehydrated and you don't even know it. And in fact, that is why when you go into the emergency room, one of the first things they do is say, hey, we need to they hydrate you when you go into the hospital, and that is why because of that. So again, this patch, again, this new technology is taking the world by storm in terms of the growth of the company. The company's grown tremendously because of it, but the bottom line is we are helping people heal, and we have a lot of people that are having some experience in healing. And again, we have several on the line today. And so Erica, that's kind of the overview of what this patch does. If you want, I can return it back to you, or I can bring on some of the people that have testimonies.
Wow, wow, wow. You know what, Derek, I'll go ahead and bring them on, but I appreciate you sharing that very important information because people are wondering, well, how does this thing work? And you know what, no better to hear it from an engineer. I just love the way that you explain it and you give us so much great detail. And so thank you so much for coming on and sharing this because it's been phenomenal always to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right, guys. So now who do we have on the line today? You know what? Actually, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Derwin King really quickly because he has some testimonies that he wants to share. But you know what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry, Derek. You told me that you had a testimony too. Then you
Yeah, I got
found some.
a few testimonies. I reached
Oh,
out
well,
to a
you
few
go ahead.
people.
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
ahead and I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna try to be as as effervescent as Mr. King when he does it. But we have quite a few people on. I'm going to start off with the young lady. We call her Candy Cane. Her name is Gloria Spigner. And so if you can unmute Miss Gloria Spigner or Candy Cane, as you see, and share your video and your testimony. Go ahead, Miss Candy Cane.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you.
Great. All right. Good afternoon, Lifeway family and future family. First of all, I want to thank the Lord for this technology that has come into my life through Dr. Anthony Stroman. And one of my first testimonies is that when I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago, the dentist who I usually see, she hadn't seen me in a while because they got a big office and you take turns seeing the patient. So anyway, she said, I didn't think you was the same person. You look just too much younger. And of course, that was leading up to the next thing. I told her all about the patches. And then when the dentist actually came in, she told me, I asked her, she noticed anything different? And she told me, yeah, you don't have as much plaque on your teeth like you used to. And then going on to my chiropractor and my knee doctor, I've been getting knee shots in my knees for years. And my chiropractor, I go to them on a regular basis anyway. So anyway, the both of them had told me I can come whenever I want to. I didn't have to necessarily come. Just a minute here. Let me straighten this out. My phone is doing its own thing. Okay, there we go. And they told me only come PRN, which is whenever necessary. I don't have as much pain in my one ankle that I had something happen years ago. And also my knee, I don't have the snap, crackle, and pop, and it's not Rice Krispies when I bend down as much. And also, I don't have to use my cane. And now they call me in Lifeway, but Mr. Derek has made the new name for me, Candy No Cane. And I have energy anyway, but these patches have really, really souped up my energy even more. The bags under my eyes, because of the collagen that we get through the patches or through the stem cells, has completely pretty much almost gone. The bags under my eyes. And my primary care physician, she has taken me completely off of my diabetic medications. She's half my blood pressure medicine. I had a lump under my arm, and it's completely gone. The only thing I've done different, other than my supplements and my alkaline water, is the patches, and it's gone. And then I used to have to go to the bathroom 2 and 3 and 4 times during the night. And since I've been using the patches, and I had UTIs on a regular basis, which is urinary tract infection. And now if I have to go at night, it's only once a night. And then the main thing is that the Lord has blessed me to become 80 years young last month. And then this month, around the 15th of December, I will be completely patched, completely, my stem cells will be completely gone operative, all of them. So I thank the Lord for that. But I've really enjoyed it. And a lot of my people that I've shared it with, I've got some awesome testimonies, and soon you'll be hearing about them. And thank you guys and girls for letting me be a part of this Patchcast.
Thank you, Candy No Cane. And we're going to now go to another partner, Miss Karen Haynes. And Karen, if you can unmute and the camera and then mute Miss Karen Haynes, uh, Erica, she has a testimony.
She's unmuted. Go ahead, Karen. I see you're unmuted.
All right. Greetings. I am fairly new to the Lifeway family. and new to the patch. I am so excited uh, because of the uh, results that I've gotten in this short period of time. I had a progressive bone and joint deformity that had kept me in leg braces for the last since 2003. And I've had both knees replaced. And this year I had my second foot surgically reconstructed. Well, in week 7 post-operative, I my incision decided it wanted to pop open. So then I had this wound that looked like the Grand Canyon on the side of my foot, which kept me in the wheelchair longer than I was intending to. That's around the time that I started using the patch. And my doctor was just amazed at how quickly that wound healed up, because they couldn't just sew it back up because they were afraid it would get infected. So they had to let it heal from the inside. And once the wound was healed and I was sprung from my wheelchair and got ready to do physical therapy, while I had all of these surgeries done and I was able to walk without a brace, I'm doing all these exercises trying to regain my sense of balance. It was like learning how to walk again, basically, because my legs had gotten really weak while I was sitting in that chair. And I started doing all these exercises and my ankle was pushing back. It didn't really like all of this extra walking and exercising I was doing. So the first day I went in there for evaluation, every time they had me move my ankle this way or that way, I'm hearing click, 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 because there was no cushion in that joint. And like I needed some other kind of complication. In the interim, I had developed some neuropathy in my feet. Now, I've been having some tingling for a couple of years. It's still not numb, but that tingling turned to pain. And in about 2 weeks' time, the pain went from the neuropathy, went from like an 8 to a 2. My ankle pain, it had gotten to, when I started doing all this exercising, the ankle pain was excruciating. I couldn't hardly stand to put bare weight on it. And that has gone to, is almost non-existent now, the ankle joint pain. So I'm kind of blowing through my physical therapy now. I'm doing all the exercises. And one of the things that they did was have me just walk back and forth to see how long I could do that before I'd have to stop. Well, the second week, I doubled the time that I did in the first week. Last week was week 3, and I doubled that time again. So I'm just excited and looking forward to seeing what the long-term results are going to be. Thank you for letting me share. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Karen Hayes. And Eric, I know we have Mr. Michael Huggins and Dr. Aaron Panzer. They both probably under the Zoom. So if we can have Michael Huggins unmute himself and give his testimony and try to keep it to 2 minutes. Michael Huggins, if you're going to unmute yourself.
I think he may be maybe he's a Zoom user. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
'Cause I don't
probably
see
one of
his-
the, I think him and
Let me
Dr.
see.
Panzer are both under Zoom. So either one.
Okay.
I'm here now.
There he is. There's Mr. Huggins. Go ahead, Michael Huggins.
Yes, good afternoon, folks. My name is Michael Huggins, and I've been using the X39 patch for about 1.5 years now. I thank Derek Hawkins every day for introducing this product to me, because it's done wonders in my life. I'm legally blind, and that was the foremost thing that I wanted to get out of the patch, to see if it would help me get my eyesight back from the glaucoma, which has stolen my vision. And when I got my set of patches, I used 2 at a time. I used the patches on both of my temples, and on the first day, as I'm looking for things to happen with my vision, that did not happen. But what did happen was I had 6 bowel movements. Now, that's the first time that's ever happened within a 14-hour time period. So I kept wearing the patch within the first week. And within that first week, I noticed that I was no longer getting up in the morning or in the nighttime taking Benadryl or for my allergies. So I was using Benadryl and another daytime medication, because I was taking this medication like Skittles. I was dropping it that much, because the allergies had just developed within the last 5 years as I moved south. So no longer was having the effect of the allergies, hay fever, and stuffiness. One thing I also noticed after taking the patches, with the patches working for me, is that I used to have to shave every 3 days. And I noticed that I started to have to shave every day now, because the hair on my face was growing back that much faster. My nails were growing back faster and harder. And I've also, like Derek, I also played a lot of sports, and I've had both knees replaced. And with knee replacement, you always have a residual pain. And I no longer had any residual pains in my knees. The plantar fasciitis I had developed from walking on a daily basis had disappeared. The swollen ankle that I had gone down. And when I'd get on the ground to do some exercises to try to keep my weight down and just keep active, I thought I was going to have to have hip replacement surgery, and I no longer feel pain there. So all in all, those are the things that have been happening to me. I still have not gotten the results from the glaucoma, but these patches are smarter than I am, and I'm giving it time. And that's one thing that I tell folks when I introduce them to the patches, that the patch is gonna seek out the most vulnerable part of your body that needs help, and it's gonna attack that first. You can't feel things like your blood pressure or diabetes or if you have a liver problem, but trust in the fact that the patch is working. So that's my testimony, and thank you folks for listening to me this afternoon.
Wow. Thank you, Michael, for that tremendous testimony. We have one last one before we give it back to Derwin, and that's Mr. Ernie Panza. Dr. Ernie Panza out of Florida. He's probably the other Zoom user. Dr. Panza, are you on?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, well, I'll start out saying that tomorrow it will be the 5th month that I've used the patch. Prior to last December, a year ago, I was in relatively good health, no real problems whatsoever at age 81. However, in December, about December 10th or 12th, I had a major stroke, and I went from the top of physical fitness to the bottom. And I say the top of physical fitness, I hold the unofficial record for pull-ups for seniors. I did 618 pull-ups at the gym in 1 hour. That was on my 79th birthday. Last year on Veterans Day, I do fundraisers for veterans on doing pull-ups. I did 120 pull-ups in 11 minutes. So I went from that kind of physical fitness down to the bottom of the barrel. I was depressed. I had no energy. I had no enthusiasm. I couldn't go to the gym, nor did I want to go to the gym. I was going to the gym 3-4 times a day, and I'm a total gym rat. Then what happened was I went to the gym in March, and I couldn't even do 2 pull-ups, and that really got me even more depressed. I got to the end of my rope, I guess you could say, and I tied a knot to hold on, and that was calling Dr. Anthony Strollman, who's been a friend of mine for many years, and we've done seminars together. And I asked Anthony if he was still doing the patch, and he said, yeah. And I asked how you get him. I got him on first part of July, on July 3rd, which I put the first one on. And by July 7th, 5 days later, I was in the gym doing pull-ups. And I'll just mention that on November 7th of this year, I did back to doing 100 pull-ups, and I did it in 15 minutes for the veterans. So I feel that the patches helped me, but not only helped me, they saved my life. I am so grateful to David Schmidt and to Steve and Gina Merritt, to you, because Derek, you've helped me so much over the last 5 months, talking and helping me and telling me what to do, and to Anthony for telling me about him. But I also wanted to say that I went from 182 pounds prior to using the patch. I am down now to 152 pounds. So I've lost 30 pounds in the 5 weeks. And I want to tell you, losing 30 pounds when you do 100 pull-ups, it makes a major difference. It's much, much easier. So there's a lot of things I can say, and I know I want to keep it to the 2 or 3 minutes that you ask. So I'd love to give a testimonial anytime for anyone. And if anyone has any chiropractor that would like to talk to another chiropractor, I was a chiropractor for 30 years, and I'd be glad to talk to them. And anyone else that Derek and I are both Toastmasters, both DTMs and Toastmasters. I speak all over the country to churches of Toastmasters and every other type of any other type of group. So Derek, thank you for asking me to come on. Erica, thank you. I appreciate everybody, love everybody, and have a wonderful season and a wonderful holidays. Bye now.
Thank you, Dr. Panza. I'm going to thank all of the participants who gave their testimony, and I hope I did Derwin King good in terms of how he handles testimonies. I'm going to give it back to you, Erica and Derwin King. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. All I got to say is this is the all-star call. What in
Yes,
the world?
yes, yes. You know something?
Derwin.
That is absolutely amazing, and I've actually stowed Miss Carrie Dobbs. She's left the bowling alley right now, and she's actually on right now, ladies and gentlemen. So Miss Dobbs, could you come right now? Okay.
Can you
And
hear
tell your
me?
testimony.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie Dobbs out of Michigan. And my husband had a stroke last year in June, and he couldn't do anything for himself. I called Derwin, which a longtime friend of mine, and I told him, tell me about those patches that you have. Derwin sent me the patches, and when I put those patches on my husband, within days, he was up, walking around. And as of this day, they said he had dementia after a stroke. But last week he fell in the shower. I thought he fell, but no, he didn't. He reached over and fell. But anyway, they didn't do no damage. Nothing was done to his head. Everything is good. And also, I'm talking fast because I'm trying to get back to my bowling. But anyway, the doctor said in ER, he says, your husband do not have dementia. Now he would declare dementia. You okay? My husband, they say he does not have dementia. He's got amnesia. He's doing great. He's okay. He just bruised up really bad, but he's doing great. So I just thank God for these patches, because the patches did it. Wasn't nothing but God in the patches. And I thank God for it. So anyone, you got any kind of condition, he was in dementia. He didn't even recognize me. But now he's recognizing everybody, and he can even drive. Thank you so much for everything, Derwin.
You certainly welcome. Well, wow, 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 wow. Ladies and gentlemen, well, look, it gets goodier and goodier and goodier and goodier, because I'm telling you, we also have Miss Monique. Miss Monique, if you can grace yourself with on the stage, Miss Monique, come on down. Unmute yourself.
Hi everybody.
All
I'm
right.
Monique. Hi, I'm Monique. I'm gonna keep keep this under 2 minutes, but I do have 2 testimonies for you that are pretty exciting. First one is my own. So back in 2010, I fell down some icy steps face first, and I twisted my neck this way. So all these muscles were just a wreck. And I lived with chronic pain for 13 years. I started on these patches last year, the first part of April, and I did not notice a difference right away. And I kind of got discouraged actually, because I really had been praying for something to help me. And I just thought this wasn't going to be the answer. But then 2 months in, my miracle happened. My pain went away. I no longer live with a pain level of 8. It's now down. Some days it might get up to a 4, but it is very livable, unlike it was before. And my spasms are almost gone. I don't know. I used to spasm like crazy, and my vocal cords would just vibrate because I spasm so bad. So I got my life back. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the next one is my brother-in-law. So at the beginning of this year, I think it was, he was diagnosed with a fatal brain disease, and he said that, well, obviously they told him he was going to die. There was nothing they could do for him. And so I called him up and I said, David, I don't know what these can do for you. I just can pray for a miracle, but I want to send you some so that you can try them. And he started using X39 right away. And he went back to his doctor in 2 months, and the doctor said, I think I misdiagnosed you. And they did another scan of his brain, and whatever mass was there was no longer there. So his mass went away, and his doctor said he didn't need to see him again for 6 months. He said he's just a calcium deposit now, and that was all there was. So, hooray.
Come
I
on
love
now,
these people.
guys. Come on now. You expect us to believe this story? Oh my gosh.
This is
Oh my goodness,
incredible.
Derwin. Derwin. I'm like, oh my
Yes. Look, this is cyber.
gosh.
This is Cyber Monday, y'all. This is Cyber Monday. the testimony is going viral. I'm telling you, absolutely amazing. From tumor to no tumor, from planning a funeral to actually on vacation. I mean, she called me like yesterday. It's like, hey, Derwin, I don't know what's going on. My husband got blood everywhere, but guess what? He went to the doctor. Nothing is wrong with his brain. I mean, you guys, you cannot make this up. Patch up, though, in order to get banked up. Patch up and bank up.
all
Get
I
help
gotta
up.
say is that even though I've been in this business, heard so many testimonies, still to this day, when someone shares a new one that I've not heard, I'm like, wow. And immediately what's
Yes.
crazy, Derwin, is I thought I told everybody about the patches. But as I'm sitting here and listening to these testimonies, I immediately thought of people that I could share the patches with. And so that's why this is so important, to jog our memories so that we can just really begin to share these incredible it builds up your faith when you hear stories like this, Derwin. You know what I mean? That was just
Yes, yes,
phenomenal.
yes.
I mean, Monique, are you serious? That is absolutely amazing. And like she said, she prayed and she asked God to do a miracle, and he delivered. He delivered.
Yes.
And so that is so. I mean, can you imagine, Derwin, they're telling you that you have a fatal brain tumor, and you go in the next time and they tell you, oh, we're wrong. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. What?
Yes. Yes.
I'm surprised he was able to.
How about have dementia and I mean, come on now.
Wait a minute.
That is it's incredible. Incredible.
You know what this reminds me of? This
yes.
reminds me of the song, Whose report do you believe? You
I
shall
believe the
believe the
report of the Lord.
of the Lord. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes, do not
Wow.
believe the report, especially when it's a negative report. It's not going to even benefit you. That's right.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right.
This has got to be one of the all-star calls. We had
Yes.
so many powerful testimonies today. I'm going to get this
Yes.
recording out ASAP. But let me just tell you, if you're listening to this call and you're thinking to yourself, I know a lot of people that can utilize this patch. If that's you, or you thinking to yourself, my mother can use this patch, my brother can use. Just imagine if you had a franchise where you were able to offer this patch to people and you were able to profit from it. Now, based on all the things that we told you, okay, doctors spend what? Probably, if not $1 million for a practice. And then they have so many expenses they have to pay. And that is why so many doctors have decided to partner with us. And some of them have even walked away from their normal practice because they just know that this product, like one of the doctors said, this is the most what do you say, in his 40 years of being a doctor, this is the greatest medical advancement that he has experienced. Now that says a lot. Break that says a lot. And so we have a opportunity here for it to be offered to the general population, which really, I don't even know how we got in on this, Derwin. Do you know how you I don't even know how we got access to this. This is amazing. Typically,
this is like top secret stuff, y'all. I mean, you know, you people don't get access to this technology unless you the elite, the cream of the crop. I'm telling you. But we have it for less than $2 and something a day. Can get your stem cells activated and get your health back.
That doesn't make any
Hands
sense,
down.
especially when it costs $10,000 and $20,000 to get stem cell injections, and it only works in one area. And as the gentleman said, he's been on the patches for a while. Mr. Michael, he says, been on them for a while. He wanted one thing to happen, but guess what? So many other things happened, right? And we hear these testimonies all the time. And like he said, he's steadfast and he's going to continue to wear them in hopes that he gets exactly what he wanted. But in the meantime, he got so many testimonies, right? And so I am just so excited to hear. And you know what I noticed about everybody, Derwin? Everybody was extremely grateful. And this is the season that we're in. And when you have a grateful, hopeful attitude, God can work, and he can work miracles through so many different things. And so we have an incredible inventor, Mr. David Schmidt. He's created a lucrative way for us to build a business, and you can just get your patches right now. I suggest that everybody get them wholesale if you can. If you want to do retail, you can. Retail is about $150 a month, but if you get them wholesale, you're going to get them around $100 a month, and that's a no-brainer to me. I strongly suggest that everyone, at the very minimum, use the patches, because as we've heard, that even after people are wearing the patches, life happens. You trip, you fall, you know, other things can happen. You get some other kind of issue that comes up that might have been in the background for a long time, and now you need some more help. And so having these patches in your home is essential, in my opinion. Everybody should have the patches. Everyone should have access to utilizing them. Nobody wants to pass away prematurely, or nobody wants to pass away, not live their best life while they're alive. And so we all want to feel young. We all want to look young. I lost 25, 30 pounds. Okay. So I already know that's true. My mother's arthritis is gone. My daughter helped her with her cramps and her skin and her nails, and my son with injuries. And so a long line of testimonials everywhere around me. And so that's why I'm excited to share this, excited to help other people get a franchise. Derwin, we've been helping people get franchises all over the world. We're in 75 countries, and we literally can help people in so many parts of the world, even places, Derwin, where they do not have good health care. You know, I have some friends, I have some people that are in the UK, and they said that the people in Nigeria, they come to the UK to get their health care because the health care is not good where they are. And that's the case in many different parts of the world. Can you imagine what it would cost them? And also, you know what else? Some parts of the world, you literally cannot. A lot of people don't even have health insurance. You have to have cash money if you want to get any sort of results, cash money. And so for them to be able to have access to a little patch like we have here, this is what you call absolutely miraculous. And I tell you, game changer all the way
that's what I
down.
think, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you have a problem, just put a patch on it. If you got pain, put a patch on it. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of folks right now need money. We're going to tell you, put a patch on it because it works. It works. I'm sitting here right here at home receiving income all because I put a patch on it. That was a year and a half ago. I put a patch on it, and I'm living my best life because I'm helping others live theirs. Back to you, Miss Erica McQueen.
Wow,
Y'all better take the mic.
absolutely.
You better take the mic.
That was phenomenal. Thank you so much, Derwin, for always bringing great testimonies. And of course, Mr. Oh, Mr. Derek, Mr. Derek, how you doing? Mr.
Yes,
Derek, you have anything you want to share? Any last words? I know that we want to get everybody started. You can get
but
started as
you have a
little as
phenomenal
$2.99.
testimony. Too.
But we really encourage you to get started with a larger package so you can be a distribution center in your community. And so definitely get with the person that invited you on this call, and then they can show you the compensation plan, show you how you will be compensated if you decided you wanted to be a part of this, if nothing more than to get your product for free. So there's so many ways that you can win here, and we're definitely going to share them all with you. All right. Mr. Derek, you have anything you wanted to say in closing? I know we
Absolutely.
said a
For
whole bunch.
those, sure. I'm going to say those of you, again, if this makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to somebody that you know and love and care about. And if you don't share this information with you, someone else will. Why not benefit from it? We have an opportunity to change lives. We are seriously on a crusade, on a mission to help remove, eliminate, and eradicate debt, but bad health in our communities. And you have access to it now. Don't be selfish. Share with other people. Some of you may be healthy, and like many of us are, but there are things in your body that you may not know about that this patch will identify and help you live longer. So again, get back to the person that invited you to this evening. Get on the call tonight if you want more details, but take advantage of it and let's go out and change lives. And because now we have the opportunity to do so. Back to you, Erica.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you everyone for making the Patchcast today. And I'm going to get this recording as soon as possible so you can share it everywhere you go so we can get a link because this was powerful. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Just bringing those excellent stories to the forefront. And thank you everyone who decided to get on and share your story. It's real people, real results. And we have this is it, guys. This is it. So get back with the person that invited you on and get started and get patched. All right, get patched on purpose. All right, as Nurse Yvette would say, get patched on purpose. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great week.
All right, we'll see you
Bye-bye.
on our next call, or we actually see you on the call, I guess tonight.
Tonight, that's right. We got to, and you'll hear all about the compensation. All right. Thank you.